Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us again on Capital Hour. I'm Hema Subramaniam and now let's move on to some of the latest updates. Malaysia is expected to earn 168 billion ringgit from the targeted 36 million tourist arrivals by 2020 under the Malaysia Tourism Transformational Plan (MTTP). Tourism and Cultural Minister Dato Sri Muhammad Nazri Abdul Aziz said tourism was the second largest foreign exchange earner and seventh largest contributor to the economy, contributing 47.2 billion ringgit to gross national income (GNI) in 2012. Last year, Malaysia welcomed 25 million foreign tourists, placing it firmly as the 10th most popular tourism destination in the world. Nazri said shopping was second highest next to accommodation in tourist expenditure of 18.6 billion ringgit. He said spa and wellness vacations, golfing holidays, weddings and honeymoon, duty-free shopping sprees and helicopter tours are among events laid out for tourists this year. He added Malaysia's duty-free waivers since January 2011 on certain imported goods excluding cars, glassware, cigarettes, alcohol and chocolates, which are available nationwide not just in the duty-free zones, had also increased the country's popularity as a shopping destination. Next year, with the Visit Malaysia year 2014, the minister said the country will be abuzed with over 200 exciting tourism events, including colourful parades, carnivals, festivals, Malaysia Mega Sale Carnival and Malaysia International Tourism Night Floral Parade. Nazri said Malaysia would continue to prosper and generate many benefits for Malaysians from its vibrant tourism industry. Prime Minister Dato Sri Najib Tun Razak has urged the Asia Pacific Economic Cooperation (APEC) to focus on research and development and innovation in the field of food security in order to face global competition. Najib said the focus on R&D would also bring prosperity to the farmers. He gave an example of the oil palm industry where productivity from the aspect of yield has not increased compared to its competitor soybean. Najib also added that if we do not boost R&D and output, the palm oil industry will come under pressure and may not increase its market share compared to its competitors. He said this to Malaysian journalists at the APEC summit themed towards resilient Asia Pacific, engine of global growth. The 21st APEC summit, which ended today, agreed on 7 resolutions, including one to further boost trade within the region. Najib also gave an example of the use of new technology to boost the prawn cultivation, which has managed to boost the earnings of the farmers. He said a US company, Darden, planned to invest in the breeding of lobsters in Sempurna, Sabah. He also said that Darden uses modern technology in the breeding of lobsters. If the project is implemented, it will bring benefits in terms of increase in exports of the lobsters and boost farmers' earnings. Meanwhile, Malaysia and Indonesia has delved on ways to further strengthen cooperation in palm oil industry, particularly in trade and innovation. The matter was deliberated during a bilateral meeting between Malaysian Prime Minister Dato Sri Najib Tun Abdul Razak with Indonesian President Susilo Bambang Yudhoyono after the Asia Pacific Economic Cooperation (APEC) Economic Leaders Meeting 2013 here Tuesday. Speaking to Malaysian journalists at the end of his 3-day visit here, Najib said he raised the question of cooperation in palm oil industry as both countries were the commodity major producers in the world. The two leaders also touched on issues related to manpower, especially the lifting of restrictions in sending Indonesian maids to Malaysia, and both of them concurred that ministers in charge would brief them on the progress. The issue will be further deliberated the Malaysia-Indonesia annual consultation in December at a venue to be determined later. Apart from taking part in the APEC summit, Najib also attended the Trans-Pacific Partnership meeting before leaving for Brunei to attend the ASEAN Summit and East Asia Summit (EAS). The Spring Highway Kuala Lumpur bound from the exit of Jalan Setia Puspa towards the exit to Jalan Johar will undergo a full closure on Thursday morning from 12 am to 5 am. Mass Rapid Transit Corporation Sdn Bhd MRT Corporation in a statement Tuesday said as part of safety measures for live traffic, a full closure was necessary to facilitate the removal of a gantry which is located between Victoria Station Restaurant and Wisma Lensa. According to a statement, motorists from Petaling Jaya or Jalan Setia Puspa heading towards Kuala Lumpur or Jalan Maruf will be directed to Jalan Kasa, then to Jalan Johar before connecting back to Spring Highway. It added that a certain level of noise and vibration is expected and sufficient directional signs will be placed, while any removed signs will be replaced accordingly. With current contracts on hand amounting about 402 million ringgit, TAS Offshore Berhad, one of Sarawak's leading shipyards, is positive of good profits for its 2014 and 2015 financial years. TAS had another successful financial year ended May 31, 2013, when it posted a revenue of 138 million ringgit, up 36 million ringgit or 35% as compared to the 102 million ringgit achieved previously. In a statement at its 6th annual general meeting today, Executive Chairman Dato' Lau Nai Ho said pre-tax profit improved by 1.30 million ringgit to 16.7 million ringgit. Lau said the result had allowed the company to register better earnings per share of 7.65 cent and to increase net asset per share to 84.58 cent compared to the corresponding figures of 6.34 cent and 78.52 cent recorded previously. TAS had in its last financial year delivered a total of 15 vessels to customers in Indonesia, the United Arab Emirates, Singapore and Papua New Guinea. MIDF Research maintained its positive stance on the oil and gas sector following encouraging signs for the sector. According to MIDF, 2013 had been a year packed with awards of contracts, new oil and gas discoveries, and possibly more mergers and acquisitions to expand and strengthen income streams. Some 3.5 billion ringgit worth of contractors were awarded locally listed oil and gas companies in September 2013, which represents one of the highest monthly contract awards in terms of value for 2013. Total contracts awarded stood at more than 33 billion ringgit, with main beneficiaries in September being the Malaysia's Marine and Heavy Engineering Holdings Berhad and Wah Siong Corporation. MIDF Research said the sustained momentum in oil prices was testament of sustained global demand and cleverly orchestrated production output. For 2014, capital expenditure by international oil companies are also expected to sustain at $425.1 billion. MIDF Research maintained 2013 average price at $96.50 per barrel, as further tapering in prices were expected due to increased supply. MIDF said that the consumption in Europe is expected to decline, while that in the Americas may remain flat. Wish you a productive day ahead. I'm Hema Subramaniam. Do stay with us for more latest updates. The Capital.